Alright everybody, here is my Tropico 4 city after a lot of building and time. So here's the main part of the city. This is where I started. This should be pretty recognizable. We do have a lot of industry, but a lot of industry is also barren because we don't have enough workers. I'll explain that in a minute. But here's where we've got more industry, more people living near industry. I found that some people like to live near their jobs, go figure. Weapons factory. We have a lot of weapons factories because they make a lot of money. And we have a lot of Teamsters, which you'll see as we move farther along the island. But here's the first one of our docks.
Presidente, you are Minister of the...
Another weapons factory, a cigar factory. My biggest problem is I've got all this output storage that is filling up on these buildings because I can't get enough Teamsters to move everything. And part of that problem is I just have so much industry. So this is a road that swept around. That was for a mine, but we don't really use that much anymore. But sweeps around to the farming section. And we have all kinds of farms, and their output storage is pretty full too. Unfortunately, but we've got a bunch of Teamsters there. More Teamsters here. We're moving stuff as fast as we possibly can, but as you can see, we have almost $2.8 million. So we're not doing too bad. Nope, don't care.
Coal is so dirty.
Things we're not doing well in is religion. I can't keep all the churches staffed for whatever reason. I'm not sure why. And the environment is, it's alright. But most everything else we're doing well in. So if you go from the main area or the farming area, you can take the roads down on this side and this side to tourism and high-end living. And I call this high-end living because I have lots of entertainment and mansions and houses and all these condominiums. And a TV station, and a nuclear power plant. I don't know if that makes things high-end, but we have it. But here's more industry, see? Not being used, but then there's more industry that is being used. So industry is about 400,000 a year for us. Tourism, 115. General overhead from buildings and stuff is 70. And then farming, 121,000. But my problem is, like, I've got all these job opportunities. I have 1,500 residents, and it doesn't seem like the game wants to go above 1,500. And my problem is I have 281 open jobs. So there are a lot of jobs, like in industry and stuff, that I would like people to have, but they can't have them because, they can have them, but there aren't enough people, and I don't think I'm going to be able to grow beyond this point. So this seems like a natural stopping point. I mean, I could completely fill up this island if I wanted to, but I figure we'll leave, this volcano, we'll leave some natural beauty around it. And same thing up here. If we get some more educated people, they might fill in the industry slots. But I have enough money I'm making off industry already. Weapons factories, furniture factories, some canneries. Got a cigar shop over here. Well, they're not actually making much money right now, but it kind of varies depending on where the Teamsters are. Let me show you all of the Teamsters. Look at all these Teamsters right here. Like half the cars on the road are Teamsters, it seems like. So traffic has been a bit of an issue. In Tropico, you're kind of supposed to build your roads as a big loop, and the problem with doing that here is that they're kind of in a big loop going around the island, but in individual sections of the island, I didn't really have that choice. So we do have a decent amount of intersections and stuff, and traffic isn't too bad. Look at all those Teamsters. Traffic's not too bad, but it's not amazing. There are a lot of intersections. If you're wondering what this stuff is, I built that early on to take some of the pressure off of this main intersection because this was getting backed up to like here. So these look ugly, but they've made it better, which is unfortunately the case with a lot of roads in Tropico 4. They don't give you the SimCity options of widening the roads and interstates and ramps and things like that. So, they're all just kind of two-lane roads, which is a little bit unfortunate. But even in town, I don't think traffic is that bad. Oh, my customs office doesn't have anyone working there. I have so much money now, if I need to build something, I just quick build everything and I hire foreign experts for whatever I want. But yeah, for whatever reason, I can't keep the churches stocked with people. So let me show you our almanac here. Happiness, very good, everything but religion. Number of citizens, about 1,500, it won't go up above that, but tourism, doing quite well. People, let me see, average pay is better than the average Caribbean pay. Yeah, average curb room pays $20. Our average pays $24. We have 146 homeless. I've built so many houses. I don't know why there's still this many homeless people. We have more houses than we have people, but whatever. For trade, our top exports are oil, weapons, jewelry, and then from there on. And even though I'm exporting all this food, for some reason the canneries, I have a hard time keeping them to stay open. I don't know if it's the workers would rather work somewhere else, they live closer to somewhere else, or what. Our top imports are crude oil and gold and iron and things. Factions, we are getting along great with everybody except the environmentalists, but I don't care about them. And we have an excellent 100% rating with all of our foreign people, so it's pretty good. I would consider this, like, I don't know what else you could do better in Tropico. Like, I could have slightly better traffic, I could have slightly fewer factories without people working at them. But I think it's a pretty good economy when you have more jobs than you have people, and they all pay better than everywhere else. So, you know, I'm not really considering that a failure. And yeah, so I can't think of anything else I could really do to make this better. I could fill the island up, but unless more people come, that's going to be useless, because it's just going to be more empty houses, more empty jobs, things like that. So I think this is kind of like the peak of how far you can develop an island, and I'm going to consider this a good stopping point.